Please turn to page 7 of the prayer book for refuge and bodhicitta. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise then I prostrate, with pure bodies, forms supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust-free like you, the 3 worlds are not. Incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior, having great compassion, the Founder, having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage. To all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of God's protectors' heart, to tip of this fresh, pure, white, heaved, curd-like cloud, O Losandrapa, Dharma's omniscient King, pray come to this place with your disciples, in space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit. Feel for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, fame, glory, outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear, and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light, perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginning less time, especially what has contradicted 3 vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned mundane concerns, made life essence-full. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make Venerable Dzongdragla's essential teachings specially shine forever. Nime se wei te chen chen reizig, dreame kempe wang po jam pel yang, du fu ma lu zhong se song wei dag, gan chen ke fei sun gen song ka pa, do zan dra bei shab la so wa dem. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. Glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remain steadfast. Homage to the exalted 3 jewels. Thus have I heard at one time the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the 5 aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, son or daughter of the lineage, wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, should look perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics, that is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object to touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element, and so forth, up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance, no cessation of ignorance, and so forth, up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is declared. Tayaka, gate, gate, parasong gate, bodhi soha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of the lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you are taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised that spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for protections as your children, homage to the host of the three places Dakinis. Akasamara Sadara Samara Ape. Taya ta gate gate paragate parasom gate bodhi soha. Through the power of this truth of the exalted three-jewel speech, may all on the side of negativity, such as the four Maras, be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, shante kuri soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, free from adverse harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness. Bring happiness and well-being here, right now. Saji Bhugi Junshi Metong Tramri Rabling Ji Ni Degampadi Sangye Jindu Mingte Ua Chodang choki chonam la, janchu badu dagni kyapsu chi, dagi chonyam ki pesonam ki, drola penche sangye jopa sho. Chodang choki chonam la, janchu badu dagni kyapsu chi, dagi chonyam ki pesonam ki, drola penche sangye jopa sho. Chodang choki chonam la, janchu badu dagni kyapsu chi, dagi chenyam ki pesonam ki, chola penche sangye drupa sho.
Good morning, everyone. How's the weather today? It looks good, right? No complaint. It's a little chilly. Anyway, it's good now. Are you guys get ready to put your jackets? Take out from your closet. Anyway, sometimes, we have 4 seasons. It's good, we feel something, now spring, summer, fall, winter. Maybe you always like summer, not much feeling. Yeah, another sunny day. Yeah, this is all the time like that, right? When usually people like to do some different things, right? We don't want to always same. Always some different change. Like you guys, have you guys eat same food 1 week? No? Never?
Every meal, the same food?
Yeah. Maybe like breakfast be same every week, or maybe on lunch 1 week same, or dinners. Can you do that? Breakfast the same, right? Yeah. Anyway, we always like to do different, Also, you guys change the clothes every day. Anyway, this is our people's nature, human nature. We like to something to new, then people are exciting. Then always like something, yeah, I know that, yeah, like that. Anyway, also, Buddhism, we say we need to contentment. Do you know contentment? Have you have contentment? Or the content or contentment? What different?
Content.
Content.
Yeah.
Contentment. The same?
Contentment is the state of being content.
Okay. Do you have content? We don't have content, right? Include myself. We need to more, we need to more, we need to new things, new more. Then we have more desire. Like that. Usually how much is desire? How much we can say? How big your desire? How big? I think that might be. How big your desire is, you have more complicated. If you don't have much desire, whatever, just then no problem. The person has, any kind, you have more desire your name, you more desire your, position, you more desire your body. You look at us, I'm not bad. You look at big mirror, big mirror. Oh, yeah, not bad. I said, I'm too. Then you feel, what can I change it? Usually, Buddhism say, according to Buddhism, your karma gives you body. You cannot much change. If you change, it's not look nice. Some people, they in the, how you call, the surgery they face. Is I don't know. You guys look. I'm completely different, It makes more worst. The person to surgery, they put, done very thick, how you call, makeup. It's more worst. Just nurture is much better. I'm not saying don't put makeup. But we are not too content, then we taught to, of course we need to things to perfect, but how big your desire, your body, you always to worry, show up your outside. You say that? Shalola, dumbbell. Show outside, you have to, before come out, you have to, half hour you have to get ready. I'm not saying this is bad, but this is, some people just, okay, let's go, just pick up things, just let's go. Usually the monks like that, they're not much to, they don't have to worry to your hair. Your hair's already cut, right? The purpose you cut head is you have not touched me your hair. People have a lot of touch me your hair, right? Yeah, here's all our things, Therefore, Buddha said, okay, get out of your hair. Then also our clothes is completely different than lay people. Also, I don't know what usually Buddhism colors yellow, gray, and red. Most of the red. It's like basically it's a good color, bad color. Some people like gray, some people like. Then like example, we don't always see the lay people wearing the red cloth. Some, not many. Why? Maroon color. We don't see much red, like completely different. We don't see much yellow. They would have say, there, how you call it? This yellow? What you call it? Your orange. It's orange. Anyway, I think Buddha shows that as less attachment than colors. And this we have to think about it. Like then we say, okay, why lay people doesn't wear the maroon color? Of course, some people wear the like how you call it, it's a number, shichane, basically. Red, you guys doesn't wear much. While the lay people doesn't wear the gray and orange or yellow. They have that not much. It shows they're not really, they don't really touch your eyes. One of the purpose Buddha showed that, the colors maybe the people not much to touch the colors. Is that true, right? We check, why you guys doesn't wear that? Do you guys have the maroon jacket and maroon shirt and maroon pant and maroon, I call it, t-shirt, coats? Not much, right? Like, if you have like 10 different shirts, 10, how many, and maroon? Maybe 1, 2. Yeah, not much, right? Anyway, therefore, Buddha mixed to, the complete different to lay people and the ordained monks, the different clothes. The Tibetan tradition, the different tradition have different monks' robes also. Anyway, the more things, I think they're not touched too much. They all you have the hair, have the cut, Also you have to shape. Usually also the guys have the beards. Or the one of the Tsupuche. Decoration? It's decoration or more I don't know. The India, India tradition, the old guys have, masters here. Also they have to do every day to very nice to shape. Other people maybe not much. Then also India, the Punjab has a very long beard. It's also very nice. Long hair, they put that. Usually our body shapes also makes for us to more handsome or more beautiful. Therefore, monks have not much to touch that, just like that. Anyway, Buddhism say, very important to when you meditation, practice to go to yourself the good motivation. What motivation is in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, until enlightened, ask refuge. Ask refuge? I seek refuge. I seek refuge. The through the merit from the giving and the rest. To add all my become Buddha. This is very, very meaningful word. It's talk first two words talk about Buddhism. Second two words talk about motivation. Therefore, I always say, if you don't have much different complicated things, just recite this one. This you can motivation. Okay? Therefore, we do a lot of meditation, okay? Maybe 30 minutes. It's too long. Not 30 minutes, just a couple minutes. First, I like to sit, what is comfortable for you? Just sit yourself very comfortable, close your eyes, try to turn up the kind of the mind thinking outside. Okay, after I have to go there, don't think that, just keep your mind with you. Just 2 minutes. Now start thinking about yourself. Hold your body from your head, go through whole body, thinking 3 times. Go up, go down, then go up. That's 1. Again go down, slowly, slowly. Go up. Go down. Go up. Go down. Now 3 times. Bring in and out. Not very strong. One more. One more. Now relax. Try to recognize your own feeling. Now visualization front of you, Buddha Shakyamuni image, same as this statue. It's very colorful. Looking for us, smiling. Like person, not like, some material make the statue, like real person. Around Buddha, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, holy beings, holy gurus, masters, around area Buddha, they're all looking for you. again around you, front, from back, left side, all sentient beings, all the beings. If someone you know or you don't know, it doesn't matter. You can just think about all the beings around me. Then think about all the sentient beings around you, same as you, wish to happy. Same as you, they're looking for their wishes. Now think about that. May all sentient beings have happiness and it causes. Thought very strong, think that. May all sentient beings have happiness and it causes. May all sentient beings have happiness and it causes. I wish them to happy, healthy, successful, long life. Now I can change. Think about that. You wish them to happy. In order to happy, they need to free from all the sufferings, all the problems, all the negative thoughts. Now think about that. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and it causes. Think about it again. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and it causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and it causes. Now visualization. Front you Buddha, image of the Buddha or person of Buddha. Around all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, from all the holy beings, give the blessing for all of us. Like a rainbow color, the different lights come through their heart, hit your body, go through inside, outside, clean your whole mind and body. Like when we take shower, we put a lot of soups, then after we put shower, the water through wash all the soups. Like that, the blessing come from all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Hit your body. All same, not just only you, all beings hit them. they wash their physical problems, sickness, any disease in their body. They wash their whole disease. Then your body become a little bit more light. Again, the light comes from Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Heal your mind. Clear your mind. All the emotions, attachment, angry, jealous, unhappy feeling, exciting, they all gone. One more time. Blessing come from Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Heal your mind. Clean your mind. Your all negative karmas, negative thoughts, mental inflections, all gone. One more time. Blessing come from Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Clean your mind. Okay, now 3 times to bring in and out. Try to very strong. Now keep your mind peace, relax, calm. Just keep your mind peace, relax, and mind. Now, from your heart, the color of the light is peace of the mind. Come out of your body, hit the all Mother Sentient beings. They will feel be happy, peace, relax. Feel more happy, try to be more happy because you did something to benefit others. Okay, now we stop. How is it? You think about tomorrow's plan or you just start it that way? You know, when you go home, also do a little bit of meditation, okay? Like that. And then some 좀 더 곰자겠어요. 그 삼야 천야맥에 다 믹스인데도 됨 저기 말했어.
Just sit there, close your eyes, and don't think about anything, then that doesn't become meditation.
Okay?
Okay?
Good. It's a wake up, you guys. Too deep meditation. It was too deep meditation. Now try to wake up that. You know that one of the nyara dachum bataso anan gopala nyamba shani ta yerim bo shachani any sanje da shanti so choko. 줄라발라셔나네. They come out. But that's good.
That's okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So usually, the healers and soul realizer arhats, when they go in meditation, in cessation, meditation on cessation, then they, go on meditation for like very, very long time, can be like for eons.
Then I take up any Sanjay Shanti Sampo, that and that Cheran Koale, Trovainayat, Sanjay Komotoyo, Marin Gopalaya, Lankosea, and it draw yours.
And so at that time, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, will wake them up, bring them out from that deep meditation, saying that you are not done yet. You haven't achieved the state of full enlightenment, so you have to, come out of that meditation on cessation, and start to practice, to become a fully enlightened Buddha to benefit all sentient beings.
And then that chances that come show agenda, the microphone to your drawer.
So that the noise from the microphone was to wake you up from that deep meditation.
Then Namju did some down or gum did some down, chi, some down, yana tawayana, and some that they come to orders.
So when we meditate, you have to think about something, right? So you have to think about that object that you meditate on, and you have to think about it again and again and again, for a long time. Then later it becomes habituated, so you get used to that object that you are thinking about.
Bechajan and also Chalaji, Tungaro Chalaji, Nyoina, Chalata Tambuchi, I think you on those. And Jararoba, I think I was on those. And the two Pachukan, or that thing on the channel, been on those. And the channel go up on those. And then me Pajovic and I up on those. Chananga, I'm the Chalat, Ni Jerry younger, and then Yonama Tamachan.
And so, for example, like when you go and look for a stuff or like a cloth to buy, then you look at it and then you think it is beautiful, it's good, at least looks good, and then the other person says, oh, it looks good, and then you wear it and then you think, oh, it's really good, and then the other person says, it's good, and you think it's good, and then you keep thinking good, and then later, then it becomes, comes to the point where you can't stop but to buy it, so yeah, I must buy it, so that's like getting, to habituate with that thought, to come to the conclusion to buy it.
Is it like that? Think also Yamno was.
That's through our experience, right? We understand.
Channels on Michael and that Lochuka, but Tropotomotivia, Tambo took Geshe, and the Geshe, Nishi, and the Susu Namtoko Chita, Nita, and the Pachavade, Geshe Tan, Pin, Mimandavayimba, Namju Tenda Mandavayimba, Sotaya Mandavayimba, Ali Migdata Mandam, Susu. Mandavaya, Gini, Nitan, and it teleyaming is that any that Charanjam, not there much than a she say chagres.
So, same with the relationship, right? The young people, they meet with each other and they start to talk, and then they like each other, the way they talk, where they look, where they express everything about them, you like, And then you come to the point where you say, oh, I like it so much, I like her, or I like him so much, that I want to, be with her or be with him forever. So if I don't get to be with him or with her, I'm going to die. You come to that point after thinking about, oh, she's good in this way, she's good in that way, and all, different ways, of thinking how good the other person is.
Do you have experience like that? You do us. Then you would think, Chance do what Kilagama, think I'm to Namtok and Rotan, she don't Rotan to younger.
So this is not, I'm not saying it's bad, but this is how we are brought up, right? So because of our mind, our superstitious mind, thinking in that way, makes us think that this is how it is really.
That's also means Magawachi, so that no Magachin, Pena Susu, Perangana, Susu, Tawa, the Pay, Midam Chapayor. Mazu Tawa, the Tawa, and drink with the 10 Nolan and Karina Georgia about it.
And then, and then if we meet with somebody that we don't like, right? It's the same thing. And especially, someone that we don't get along with in terms of our views, the way we look at the things, it's very difficult, right? So you have your own way of looking at the things, and that's your view, of the thing. And you think of something in some way, and then when other people say, oh, no, it's not like that, you don't agree with that, because that's your view. It's very difficult, right, when somebody says, the way you think and the way you see is not right.
Penanganzo, Michigan Power Sabanata made a pay music to Lago was. Corona, Gentil, Gentil Lumaga share. was singing. But passing like just you say.
And so, we say usually, someone who kills his father is very bad, right? Someone killing his own father is bad or not? It is bad, right? But the person who is killing his father has all these reasons to kill his father. Right? So he doesn't think it's bad because he has his own reasons, right?
대단 강도 문이라 강도 남돌아야 아니 지 토바메 받아 잠깐만 봐인다. 아니 남도 될 때네 답변 강도 삼수 따서 빼면 뭐 거래.
So that's his superstitious mind, thinking that why he killed father, why it is good, why it is correct, and all the reasons that he has behind that, right, motive or the action of killing his father. So because of that kind of superstition, so this is like going very extreme, but this is similar with all our mind. We all have that superstitious mind, thinking that what we are thinking, what we are doing is correct.
대단 강도 샘 가세 이유들 샘 이유들 가세지 공리 요와이나 뒤투지 아니 강도 샘 땡겨오셔요.
And so it's all about familiarization or habituation, right? So how much your mind is habituated with that much it becomes easier to do that.
다나지 수수 샘나 때내같이 뭐 가세 찌와 삼지 다 정하고 샘만 땡겨 그래.
And also how much we consider that as important, how important we consider that thing. If we consider that thing as very important, then it sticks to our mind.
근데 저런서 변나 머리를 변나 파스워드 파시니 숨 쉬더래 열사.
So you each might have different kind of passwords, for different logins, right?
저도 가디나한테 놀셔고 말해. 내가도 샘 때문이야 돼요.
So you keep that in your mind all the time, right? You don't dare to forget that, right? Yeah, you're very because you think of that as very important.
Right? But ngayon ngayon ngarang ke sushi kanga ange to na shigbe.
So Geshe says he doesn't even know his social security number.
So
because he doesn't consider that as important, so.
And some email address that kadina jero.
And also the email address, Geshe says he keeps forgetting his email addresses. I mean email passwords.
And
also it is how much you are habituated with. If you use it every day, you're used to it, right? You're habituated, you're familiarized with that, and it becomes easy. And how much important you consider that to be. So therefore, when you are meditating, you are supposed to think about something. You're making your mind to be familiarized with something. So that's the purpose of meditation. Otherwise, if you just sit there with your eyes closed and don't think about anything, then that's same as like sitting in the dark with no light. If there's no light, you don't see anything, right? It's the same like being like that. Same as being like that, just closing your eye and sitting there and thinking nothing. So you can close your eyes, but can you close your mind? Very difficult, right? I mean, our sense, the door of our senses, we can close pretty easily, but to close the door of the mind is very difficult. So even though we sit there with eyes shut, very tight, but still we can think so many things. Right? We can still hear, we can still think so many things. So mind is very fast, very, very fast. It can move very fast. So since you're all scientists here, right? Which is faster, the sound or the electric wave? Yeah? So the electric, the wave or the light, how much can it travel in a second? How far can it travel?
Maybe 86,000 miles. Something like some, or maybe faster, I don't know.
86,000
Miles.
86,000 maybe.
But the mind can go around the whole world in a split second, right?
땅은 런용요 단 로마는 간도 나샤가 말was.
So of course you have to be there. You have to be gone there, right? You have to know the places. If you have been to India, then your mind will be India in like a split second.
근데 가대 용간도 샘 페인 조보치 아니 꼭 수주 까통 말. 샘 강에 수주요 말 까통 말에.
But if you haven't been to that place, then of course your mind won't be able to go there because you can't think about that, right? And so your mind is so fast, that it can go anywhere in a very, very few, short seconds, and nothing can stop it. So, like, the external gross objects can be stopped, right? But mind, cannot stop it. So the object, nothing, no, gross external object can stop it. What can stop the mind? The mind itself. Only the mind can stop the mind. Is it like that? So what can stop the mind is the mind itself. So for example, like if you have some idea about something and you say, okay, this is how this is, this is how it is, and then somebody else comes and says, no, this is not how it is, this is, because it's like this, like this. So he gives you all these different reasons to make you think that yes, it is like that. So your mind thinking it is like this is no longer thinking like that. It's thinking now it's like that. So that only that kind of mind can change it.
It's like that. What do you think?
Is it like that or no?
No, not like that. What do you think? Not like that. Now this is you have to think about, okay? This is not
so this is what we are saying, but it doesn't mean that it's really how that is. But you have to think about it. So it's very important that for you to analyze about it. So it's just that we're not changing our mind, right? Not training or changing our mind. Otherwise, it can be trained in whatever way we want it. So usually, we are very surprised, amazed about all the scientific results, right? So, when they find out about, science and all these things, and the technologies and all these things are very amazing, right? Of course it is, but, we're more amazed than it really is, right?
Right. Everyone accept? Yes, technology is amazing. Right? The science is amazing. Everyone accept right like that. But if without human being, they just kujares.
They are like, dumb, stupid dumb, right? Nothing you can do without human mind. All those technologies. So it's all created by mind, by human being, right?
소소 나라다 랍다 보고지 랍다 보고디 랍다 로마다 와지 다 네바인 바지 나올때 다 뭐라가 지금 게 용에 뭐라가 설아야 미신 직주 디기차선 통고여 와지 다 미치기 배나 매년 반도 지가서 미신바지 듣고 잘라지 키야 돼 키네 비게 랍다 비게 개가 샤샤나다 그 개라 코로나 때들다 아니 개라 다 랍다 보고서 가리 랍고 요와 아니 비게 다 나한테 봐 이제도 당간도 폰 보고서로 폰 그 아이폰 gelazу kare labko yoba soju ngene trawa tang cho yoba ane phat ta yang phat ta chuda de mission ba ko ro was o tniji dos ane ta inji ta din sergi so yor was kaji meeting ro ma wa che ane pi mikke de pi ko yoda.
So of course you might have known this. This is similar like like Facebook, Skyping. So where you can see each other from very far away. So you don't have to be here. Like people are watching this teaching now, right? Some of us they're sitting there, So during His Holiness Dalai Lama's conference, with the scientists, they showed about this a person who is very fully, completely disabled, can't move, can't go to the classes, so she has she's sitting on a chair and she has a screen in front of her, and she can see everything that's happening in this classroom, and then she can also talk, and they can see her when she move around, and that it's like exactly like being in a classroom, so like that. So these are very amazing, right? So all these things, this technology is really amazing.
Right, Bob. Do you saw that?
So it's like a miracle, right? I mean, it's very amazing, like a miracle, but it's all created by human being. So like 100 years ago, nobody thought about all these technologies that's available or present at this time, right? Nobody thought about at that time. So like Padmasambhava, Guru Rinpoche, Padmasambhava prophesied, about the teachings of the Buddha moving to the land of red-faced people, at the time when when the iron bird will fly. So when iron bird will fly, when a horse will run on a wheel, at that time, the teachings of the Buddha will, shift, to the land of red-faced people. And that's like here now, like in the West, So at that time, of course, people think, what's he talking about? Well, how can an iron bird fly? Like they were talking about. So now it's referring to aeroplane like that. And so if we give, education or knowledge, to the people, there's no limit, to how much they can learn. So deaf people can also learn by the sign languages, right? And people, blind people can learn with their finger. What do you call that? Braille. Yeah. So if you think about all these things, you can, pour as much as you want into people's brain or mind, right? So it's just a matter of studying or putting into practice or not.
Right? What do you think?
So you already have some understanding about Buddhism already, right? You have studied from here, from there, from books, from internet, from all over the place you have studied, and you know roughly something about Buddhism already. So when you want to cook something you don't know before, then you look for instruction, right? To cook that in the Google, right? So they call it Guru Google. The Google? Guru. So Guru Google, you can go to Guru Google and then ask them, and then it will tell you how to cook that.
Google touch ale kalandre soko yiba ale pena pewego momo chaja ale tebere momo ndre soko cho tadene cho momo kadena ka rag mare ta pegi taji soso lane taji soji chik chego chena pegi na tawa naji soso sayara be.
So you can learn from all these things, right? You can learn, but can you really eat? Can't, right? Just by learning, can you eat? No, you have to cook it, right? So you look at the Google and it says, oh, I want to eat Tibetan momo, like Tibetan dumpling. And how do you cook them Tibetan dumpling? And then it explains to you. And then if you just look at that, will you be able to eat the Tibetan dumpling? No, right? It tells you, but you have to, make it yourself. You have to cook it, and then you'll be able to eat it.
Yes. Tendeza ngando lale matajo. Tendeza ta kan shisha bate. Tik chi maji wana. Tik chi de lale tatawa china. Tende ngando chanso dawa kashi jile mi mara wachang.
And so, therefore, putting into practice is very important. So no matter how much we know, it's no use unless we put into practice. Of course, you have to know to put into practice, but after knowing, if you don't put into practice, then there's no use. So try to put into practice everything that you know, even in a single word you know. Try to put that into practice.
배신 당연히 주달라 말변에 semje 탐추 nga장수도 직발에 대반도 중앙만 더 징투를 해야 돼. 대대왕 중은 삼도 다 가러 왔어.
So just like we talked about earlier, how we, like during the meditation, we talked about all sentient beings, right? May all sentient beings be happy and have its cause of happiness and so forth. So they're all same, So sentient being and ourselves, we're all same in wanting to be happy and not wanting any suffering. That's true, right?
저도 미치샤이 봐. 알레다 코드 파지 대원독에서만 등원독에서 좀 미치샤이 봐.
So can you point one person that's different, who doesn't want to have happiness or causes of happiness? Can you point one person? No, right? Everybody who wants to be happy.
근데 미라시장에 동어서 미라시장에 뭐 보여러 왔어.
What about people who are committing suicide?
봐. 대 미라시장에 되게 코 대원의 라시자와 누가는 라시자와서.
So why is he committing suicide? Because he wants to have happiness or because he wants to have suffering? Happiness.
야, 그래서 그런 거 제단 노라면 그러나 딴 데를 나가면 됐어. 딴데 집사라서 약속해서 그 챙겨로 아니지.
So yeah, of course, it's a mistaken, right? It's a mistake, for him to do that. But in his mind, he thinks that's the way, Oh, I'll be happy if I just die. Then that's why. Thinking that he will be happy if he died, that's why he killed himself.
근데 그 노라면 그런 삼도대가 삼거야 되는데 그삼 노초기로 와.
Of course, it's mistaken, and he's mistaken to do that. But then he can have that thought, right? He can have that thought. That's the thought he has. It's mistaken thought, and he think that doing that will make him happy, and that's why he did that.
근데 강도 삼살이야. 다 semche tsama ngaranasi devantu chi dunga manto ba chikpa chikjan tena kodo tsama dewa yongwa sho dunga ma yongwa sho te samgo semkete samgo das.
And so in our mind we have to think, all sentient beings are same as myself in wanting to be happy and not wanting any suffering. So therefore, may they all be very happy and may they not have any suffering. So if they think like that.
te yana momo samgo.
So think that again and again. So think for a long time.
단단 가서 냠냠하다. 되게 가르팽이를 탱으로다. semche tsama 되게 가르간 저와 가르는 것도 탱으로 봐.
So of course right now we don't have that experience, so therefore we wouldn't know the benefit, right, of thinking like that. So we're saying, what is the benefit of thinking like that?
Right? Do you think that? 대대도 저기도야. 대가서 저와 가르 semche tsama 대화도 것도 가르팽이도 생각도 탱으로 봐.
So there we might think that, right? So what's the relation to that, of us thinking about them to be happy and not to be, having any suffering? So what is the point of thinking like that?
가세 든데 그가도 삼수 제 토와이나 빼나 아마저를 보고주나 보충주나 그때는 아마데 보고도 약보 용하죠 보고도 강에 마용하죠 로서 가디 인다 대 삼도 든데 아메 삼수라 대여wanza 보고들이야 세와 수심을 그래.
So with that comes, the compassion, towards others. If we have that kind of thought, then comes the compassion. Just like a mother is always thinking about a child, right? Mother is thinking about her child. Is may the child be happy, may the child be free from suffering, may child be, successful, and all these things. Thinking about that all the time. More she thinks about that, more compassion, more affectionate love she will have towards her child.
Right? It's true. You got any moms, any dads? You have that experience? This is a really the thing also 냠냠으로 용통도 왔어.
So that we can understand through our own experience, right?
가지 호텔에 떼발레긴도 와. 수수 든지 삼세 강사들에 떼발레긴도 와.
So that's that when you're able to think like that, then we have more compassion and love towards that person, right?
따대만 봐. 따 수수 사상으로 수수 남이로 나다 코이나 뭐이나 마나와죠 마타와죠 레카야 보여와죠. 먼저 세명도 삼고라 가디 수수 떼와 예와 이다 대용 거로.
And so same with our partners, right? So your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whoever that is, you always think about, good about that person, right? Good for that person, and therefore you have, love and compassion towards that person.
Okay. 근데 저는 지난소 야니 한데 뇽타라 니마레 뿌나 까망가레 삼타 야 니마 딱 봐서 다지 때삼 고를 삼아주지 그 진짜 딱딱 놓거든. 대삼 고를 삼나 평 말이야.
So like that, so try to think of that. Try to think of that, for immeasurables, right? Like wishing them to be happy and the cause of happiness, free from suffering, and the cause of suffering, and so forth. So that think that every day, like a few minutes, few seconds, at least, like once a day, like that. Think about it. So it's not you're not don't feel like you're obliged to think like that. Think because you see the reason why it is good to think like that. after seeing the reason, then you think that way.
Okay? 대치 다든 마시면 당한소 전주고 된다는 내가 니반로 엔다스 가서도마.
And so now we go to our text, the second chapter of the Guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life, right?
다 가서가서 쇼로까지 납중앙가 봐셔서 인스.
So we talked about it already up to verse 55, the second chapter.
아니 답변은 쇼로까 납중앙슈. 다들 매 전도 납중앙가 나두고 엉엉엉거리니까 Second chapter, verse 55 and 4, 5 and 6.
All right, so let's read that together.
Second chapter, verse 55 and 6.
Of which just one can annihilate all people living in Zambudeva, and for which a medicine is not found in any region. If I disregard the counsel of the omniscient physician who removes every pain, shame on me, extremely deluded one that I am.
아니 틱 담보 되가 안에 내차셔다 뜨무서기 예바대 송고요래. 아니 졸로가 예바되게 되게 빼송 거요래 와서. 다 빼단 오래 다 집어야다.
So
빼서 게르면 다고 멤베 오다 뜻라 먹었지 없나? 담보 되게 뇽무투 송기 예바대 송고요 왔지. 아니 니바대가 다 뇽무투 송기 시험하다. 빵야가 탑시 맞아가지. 대시험한 때는 예바카리와 대송고요 왔지.
So the first verse talks about the three poisonous delusions, and the second verse, the next verse, talks about what disadvantages are there if we don't abandon those delusions.
Okay? 다 대치 기장 잠리나 니비 먹은 락시나 대다 순비 매제나 쇼놈께니 때문이라 다 가진 내차 세단 빼는 내차로 찍으면 니바가 가르치나 아니 잠불리는 내등 sem적한가 매와서 그래서.
So by the disease of attachment, alone, all the beings in this world, like Zambudeva means like in this world, will be destroyed. All the people of this world will be destroyed by just one disease of attachment or desire.
Right? 텐디가 내차 따고 찍대 매와서게 맨데 아니 다 그러고 아니 상치고 좀 고민해야 되레스. 아니 텔레라지 요마 녀요 말레스. 쇼는 근데 문녀나스 녀가 말레스.
And so that the medicine to overcome that disease of desired attachment, is bodhicitta. So there's no other medicine you can find in any direction other than that.
빼차시나 남도 ngo나나 ngo메레 젬바가 매 개가 백마로 온것도 다야.
So for example, if you have a headache, so what will remove the headache? What will remove the pain in the head is the medicine that overcomes the headache, right? There's no other medicine than the medicine that overcomes the headache, to remove the headache.
아니 ngo나는 고면도 오면 ngo나는 두세 조금해도 나가서 백마로 와.
So you take a medicine for headache, to remove the headache, right? If you take medicine for stomach to remove the headache, will it remove the headache? If you take medicine for stomach ache, will that remove the headache? No, right? So you have to take the medicine for headache.
근데 다 나도 나 sem지우면 됐어. 다 조소진 대대 백마로 sem지우면나 셈 코랑기 매트고 해.
So if you're not happy, if your mind is not happy, right? If your mind is not happy, then you have to take a medicine to cure the unhappiness of the mind. Just by sitting there, will your unhappiness of the mind get cured?
그 셈기 매트 셈이 소 말어 와.
So the mind of the medicine for the mind, is the mind itself.
근데는 디나 손도 와. 대다 순비 매제나 쇼놈 끝내 문에 나서 얘가 말했어. 내차 셔다 뚜무숨 세게 맨데 아니 사자 가원은 얘가 말했다. 가르르나 아니 산지가 그때 산지가다 가르나 아니 다 상주 좀 고매더레스.
And so just like it says, which medicine is not found in any region, right? So will not be found anywhere. So the only way to overcome that disease is by listening to the omniscient physician, who is referring to the Buddha, right? And the Buddha's advice is to meditate on bodhicitta.
다른 이유인데 ngapchung 가슴라다. 대라 멤버 탐chen chen sung어 탐chen 짐바야. 까따라 메제 셈바는 현도 뚱무 멤비네스. 다 안에 네 가르서나 뇨몬비 내 대달라 세비 매 가르나 안에 탐chen 짐바 뇨몬비 sung어 탐chen 짐반집이 내마다 안에 상지 까데레. 안에 상지 까대 까전에 맞아봤지. 안에 신조로 소마데 딱처럼 현대네 뚱무 바레스. 임비네레스.
And so if you go back to the verse 54, it becomes maybe more clear. It says, even one frightened by a fleeting illness would not disregard the physician's advice, right? So if you have small disease, and then you go to see doctor, and doctor says you do this, and you do that. You don't disregard that, right? And it says, and how much more so one afflicted by 404 diseases, like if one is afflicted by all these different kind of diseases, then of course, we'll have to heed or pay attention to that, right? And so then for if you find a doctor who gives you a medicine, who give you advices for overcoming all those 404 diseases, and then of course you will not disregard that, right? And so if you disregard that, then then it will be like the more then you will be that will be a very shame, and extremely deluded. You will be very deluded, to do that. That's what it's saying in verse 56. If I disregard the counsel or the advice of the omniscient physician who removes every pain and all kinds of diseases, shame on me, extremely deluded one that I am.
배차로 배나가도 배나 동발한데 못도 되요나. 대 아니 파 매와서야게 매 여와이나. 단데 동바도 못도 두두 나가면서 깨잡대래 깨잡지.
And so just like you have a pimple in your face, right? Pimples in your face, you don't like that, and you found a medicine. Somebody has a medicine to cure that. If you don't take that, put that medicine and just sit there and saying, oh, I don't like pimple, you'd be stupid to do that, right? So not to apply that medicine on your face. So if you apply that medicine on your face, you can get cured.
근데 다 니라 니다 니기 된다 도도 갈나 체랑 아니 지 선배지고 매봤다 다때 도도를 봐 가면나 제가 샤셔서 공고 그래 랍거다.
And so in short, if you are not happy and if you don't want to go through all kinds of sufferings, then you should meditate on bodhicitta.
Okay, I'm not saying you guys are unhappy people, okay? Just general talk about it. 다 된데 인자 아니 소소 강에도 마요 셈발라 셈바 마티야 마요 저 잡잡쇼 체크 그래서 빼라고 돼 쇼 납중 감리도 소원도 봐서.
Then in verse 57 it says that we have to be very conscientious about not doing the things that makes us unhappy.
그러와 근데 다 빼라고 다 빼잖아. 영사 탈람 충을랑 아니 봐요 내버 셰거나 빠제 돈도 롱바이 예리 양서 메치고스 당가라서 지금 너와 지금 제와 있는 것도 삽삽 휴체고 전도 된다 학경지 제도 삽삽 휴체도 강바 동고 다드베는 디시는 건잖아 삽삽 휴체가 여러와 된데라 삽삽 된데 제고연 그냥 가서 디시는 거래야 양사 핑가래 안 잡아이나 땅은 좀 마사와 체도 빼 세프리치는 거라 개바 다 삽삽 휴체고 온도와 대 마사지 다 대래자 빠져 똥 먹으면 다 간지 내송게 내라 똥야게 체다 저런 춘주대 말하고 양살을 말하고 어디다 삽도 제고 연나 아니 내송그 다 내라 마동 어디다 다 아니 예린 딱깔에 잡고 그래 봐야 된거 그래.
And so it says here, if I stand very attentive even on a smaller cliff, then how much more so on an enduring chasm of 1,000 leagues. And so like when we climb a tree, for example, like climb a tree, and that's with the fear thinking that we might fall down, we use all the precautions, right? We tie the ropes, and wear a helmet, and all the things, so we do all the things to be conscientious about not falling from the tree, right? And that how far, how far is the tree, right? How deep into the ground from the tree? It's not that much, maybe in a couple of feet. But there are also negative actions, that throws us, all the way down into the lower realms. How deep is that? How far into that ravine of the lower realms, like hell realm or hungry ghost realms and so forth. And of course, we have to be very conscientious about those actions. Again, of course, it is difficult, for people who don't accept the lower realms, right? Lower realms. So what is lower realm, and how will I be born there? So lower realm, is just like a lower kind of rebirth, and so you don't have to think very far away for that. Just the animals outside we see, those are the beings in the lower realm. So the animals outside, you can see the squirrels, the insects, the geese, and all these kind of animals, right? So, once we die from this life, we're going to be born again. We're going to be reborn, right? So what kind of rebirth we're going to have in the future, it all depends, right? So how much confidence we can have that we're not going to be born on one of those squirrels? How much confidence can we have? And the same with even like among human beings, right? Where some are born as a male, some are born as a female. Right? Do we choose that? Or what made us to be born as a female or born as a male? Or is it created by our parents saying that, oh, today I'm going to give birth to a boy and today I'm going to give birth to a girl? Like so we have no freedom to choose that, right? Do we have? The scientists, do they have that?
No.
Do they have that freedom?
They can choose it. Well, scientists now can
choose
boy or girl.
Really? I don't. Really?
Absolutely can.
Huh? You can? Oh, really?
This is interesting. How you say?
Genetic DNA. You can.
Okay, that generate chain up and pudding. Tabo tak pudding money, pudding bachi. That the promotion that the promoter book checkers. Namjugi.
Mal. Ale.
But that she don't pudding bachi. Put it that called scientific code. Tambo pumpuja kora in pomoy bachi. That's
so how do you do that? I mean, do you have to mix all these genes and sperm and all that thing? How do you create somebody to be born as a boy or girl?
Yeah, this is very interesting.
What I think is that science, or when you're pregnant, you can decide to have a boy or a girl, because when they do the spermatization, they can decide. But you, as a soul, you can choose being a girl or a boy. This is different. This is something as a person. When you're reborn, it's not that I'm going to choose, the scientists are going to choose for me. That's away from what you're trying to explain. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good, that's good. That size can size push can check it. Pomo when I'm missing that thing up. Can it could
So how do they decide? How can they make, like say, a family wants to have a boy, and then science gets, okay, so we're going to give you a boy, so we're going to do this, and so how do they do that?
They have to take the sperm and egg and mix them in the laboratory.
Okay.
And then choose just the right one. And then after the sperm and egg are together, then they have to implant that in the woman's uterus. They have to implant that in the womb afterwards.
Okay. That tell you Pomoja tell a check it. But that tongue to put in the Pomago Marota.
뭐 보모 샷하다.
The Buddha Bumja. The
So,
Buddha
then,
Bumja.
so you already know that you have this
Tambo Bumja.
sperm and egg of a boy, right? Of a boy, and then you plant that into a uterus, then you will have a boy. So then pura chagarda.
Tadi manma tambo poyeng ni machi ale bogo te keone. Tere ko sojo re mada pokor pora do te sojo maro ya. Te ko sojo ke war ko pora re do.
So at that time there's no soul. No soul, right? There's no soul. But then how do you know it's going to be a boy or girl?
It's the DNA. It's your DNA makeup.
Tere da te ko sojo marta ko ranjo ko pok re do. Ko DNA ko pok de re do. Ko sojo ke maro de.
또 군주 때렸던 거다. 타다 코어던 디 가서 먼저 틀려던 코어로.
te mata na kanje kode pokor re do inje. Pok te manda ko pok te pumo sare me do. Ko tande DNA ko pore do.
So this one is already a boy, right? The DNA or the gene or the sperm and egg, is already of the boy, right?
Yeah, or sometimes they change the DNA a little bit.
Yeah. Te jine te tambo pore te pomore ko joja re me de.
So it's already a boy from the beginning, so it's not changed into a girl.
Te mare. Te da te joja me de te.
So you can't change, right? You can't change. Yeah. That's right. So you're picking up the boy, you can't say, okay, I'm going to make it of the boy or make it of a girl, right? You can't do that.
Te joja re me joja ko leg to ji yang do jondo de yor bas.
So, but, like Geshe was saying earlier, that some people can get changed, right? Some people, you don't have to go through a surgery to change, the genital signs. You get changed through the power of karma. Some people, there have been people who get changed like that, throughout their life. They were born as a male, then they later become a female, the male organ, sinks in and then turns into a female organ like that. So they're like, but nowadays, you have this, what do you call that? Transgender, right? Transgender. So when you turn a man into a woman, so then now he's a woman, right? He's a woman. So does she have now it's she, right? He becomes she. So does she have a potential to give birth to a child? No?
te yo mar de kora na chakor marwa nando nambe ga sanji chomde na la ya pena karo gelong de bala lo chop je ngel de yo mar tingala ko semanje dores just pares la wero.
And so anyway, so you can. That's not possible, right? So because that's created by people, people made that, so that's not possible. And also when earlier we were talking about because of the the function of the body or karma of the person, it can change. The person's genders can change from male to female or female to male like that, and that's why in Buddhism there's a rule that. A fully ordained monk, someone if he wants to take a full ordination, as a fully ordained monk, you have to be like above 18 or 20. Yeah? So you can't take before that because if it happens, it can happen before that. The change of the genders can happen before that.
Okay, tene ta na ganje ko jo ngado jo je mendo wa ko tambo ko ne po je na ko ju po rang je ko mo je ko yo no mo do wa tene jo je me da.
So you can't change it, So even from the beginning, and if you have to be born as a boy, you need the substance of the boy, right? So if you're going to be born if you want to create a girl, then you have to have a substance of the girl, and you can't really change that.
Tene ta ngi ta tanda ngado tanda po na po mo po da. Je ba jima ngado pol che da po ngado su chi la wa ja yo mare.
So anyway, so we're talking about the kind of life that we're going to have in the future, right? What kind of rebirth we're going to be born as? We're going to have a rebirth of a male or female. It's not in our hand at all.
Okay, tene da tele tene ngado ta ngeso je ma chi ngado wa sha yo mare la ge.
And so because of that, also, we have no freedom, whether to be born in the lower realm or not.
Ta garche go na te ma shangchip sam gong go res.
And so what do we have to do? In order to be free from that, we have to meditate on bodhicitta.
Okay, like that. Today's talk like that. We stop here. I like to take you guys to a little bit tour. We have here Tibetan medicine here. Have you saw Tibetan medicine, anyone? Yeah, maybe some people have never seen. We have the basement there, Tibetan doctors, memberchi, and tibachi, and man dayam, and long chat the name of soyers, and chance of come much tea, good steps.
So Geshe is going to take you for a tour to visit a Tibetan doctor, and there's also an astrologist, the astrologist who can tell you where you're going to be born in the future. Not just kidding. You're going to be born as one of the squirrel in the backyard. No, just kidding. So also, of course, the astrologist, can tell you, they can tell you to certain amount, to a certain degree, what will be good for you, what is best for you, like they're looking at your all sorts of things like elements and so forth. They can tell you what kind of medicine, is it a bile or the wind disease or what kind of disease you have. They can tell you that also. So there is both a physician, and a Tibetan physician, and an astrologist, who can help you with any kind of disease you have.
And the control Chaladre Momoto and the young Maggie Chatan, Sugadre Momoto, so no matters, Chalas Yona.
And they have all the medicine is herbal, so there's no side effect, so it's all natural, it's no addings, addings, and it's all natural and it's all herbal, and so they have medicine that you can take, you can eat, and also the ointments, to apply, on your body, and so it's helpful. It can be helpful. So if you want to just take a tour with Geshe down there. So people go all the way to India, to Dharamsala to seek a consultation and Tibetan medicine. But now you are so fortunate; you're right down in your basement here. You can walk down there.
Any chance they can give us the Mega Millions numbers?
Mega Millions? What is that?
Lottery.
Mega Millions.
6 billion. 1.6 billion? Yeah.
That channel led and there.
No, that's.
No, there's no numbers. A lot of the display signs, they just go to 999. Right, because it's I've never seen it higher than $1 billion.
Yeah, maybe they can tell you. Yeah, ask that also. That's. I don't know if that is to do with astrology, but definitely to do with the karma, right? So if you have a karma, you can be born. You can win that.
Okay, then we stop. We can do short prayer. Maybe Marshall, you can go down. Ask them. We are coming to visit you guys. Just let them know. Okay, you can do short prayer.
Turn to page